We can now use the model developed in the last two graphs to illustrate two further concepts related to risk aversion: the concept of certainty equivalence and the concept of a risk premium. We begin with the basic setup from panel A of graph 17.1, a setup where my wife faces a gamble over two outcomes, one that gives her a consumption level of $250,000 and one that gives her a consumption level of $10,000. She gets the $250,000 outcome with probability of 0.75 and the $10,000 outcome with probability of 0.25. This implies that the expected utility of facing the gamble is read off of the dashed line between A and B 3/4 of the way towards point A. The expected utility of facing the gamble is therefore 32.5, whereas the expected value of the gamble is $190,000. We can now ask how much we would have to pay my wife in order to not enter this gamble at all. In other words, how much could we give her for sure that would give her the same utility as facing the gamble? We know that facing the gamble gives her an expected utility of 32.5. We can then go to the utility-consumption relationship and find point E, which gives her the same utility level. We can reach that utility level by giving my wife $115,000 for sure. In other words, the certainty equivalent of facing the gamble is $115,000. That's how much my wife would be willing to take for sure in order to not enter this gamble. The risk premium is the difference between the expected value of the gamble, $190,000, and the certainty equivalent, $115,000. So the risk premium is $75,000. You can then use graph 17.2 to convince yourself of the following. If tastes exhibit risk aversion, the certainty equivalent is always less than the expected value of the gamble, which implies that the risk premium is positive. For risk-neutral tastes, the risk premium is 0 and the certainty equivalent is equal to the expected value of the gamble. And for risk-loving tastes, the certainty equivalent is larger than the expected value of the gamble, which means that the risk premium is negative.